Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we gonna continue our training session about the project management training. Today we will have all of the materials related of that topic. We have to study very well when we will start and where we are gonna do to achieve all of the objectives related to that. During our study for project management, we have to know that we must have a plan. That plan will help us to achieve our goals. That plan will start with the long-term and short-term goals that we would like to achieve. And after that, we'll have some activities, what to do now, and it's all related to time plan, and it's have a time bond. Also, we have to know that we have to put all of our objectives according to the strategy of SMART. What is the strategy of SMART? Strategy of SMART that we have to be specific, and also the goals should be measurable, and also it should be achievable, so we can achieve it, and it's not an impossible missions. And also it should be relevant to the activities or the project which we have to achieve. And finally, it should be with the framework of time bond. Time bond is very important for us to have that goals which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and attainable to that time bond. And also, we have to use the KPI. That KPI will help us to have all of the three of the progress indicators that we have to follow up in order to see our progress of that. So during our check, we have to use the KPI in order to make any modifications related to that project, and also to be sure that we achieved all of the goals. And finally, we have to act during that modifications, any plan in order to gain the objective. So during our study, we have to know very well the project management principles and the goals, and also to follow up the 5 progress groups which we gonna see, and also some tools that will help us to have all of the professional work like Gantt charts and WPS, which we will see, and also to manage the risk, budget, scope, and the quality of work. How you will manage your risk. Some projects, they are saying during the risk, if you hire high risk, that means high profitability and other things, and how you will follow up the budget in order to be sure that we are using the financial resources on the right way, and how we can manage that quality which have a high standard of work, and communication and stakeholders, which is very good during our work. Actually, while we are trying to study that Gantt chart is very important. It's very simple to explain this. We do have 5 tasks during our work, which is starting with planning and research and design and implementation. All of these things we are using in order to achieve our work. So during planning, during research, design, implementation, and follow-up. We start with all of these things, and we put all of the tasks according to that schedule. After that, we have to follow about Q1, Q2, Q3, and we have to put the time bond and the frame about the activity, so we will know very well the plan and where we are and where we are going to. If you don't know the destination and you don't have the plan and other tools, so you will not know very well if you achieved your goals or not. So if we speak about the WPS, what is the meaning of WPS? There is an example which is very easy. You have to make a project office in that project. We have to front end the correlators, the system, whatever. So you have to use that chart in order to have all of the security and responsibility related to our work. So you will know very well the infrastructures, distribution, the time, how you will use all of the resources at work. So we call it the WPS. If we speak about one of the most important topic, we will start with our project. We have to know very well what will be the definition of our project. What is the definition? What will be the difference between a project and operation? You have to know very well and understand the slight difference between them. And you have to know the importance of PM, which is project management, and the project life cycle. You have to have all of the higher skills in that field. So we have lots of things to study. Starting with a project, you have to have the clear definition about that project, what you wanted to achieve, goals, times, according to what we had mentioned before. But you do have lots of tasks. So you have to identify all of these things. And after that, we have to know the difference between project and operation and the importance of PM and finally project life cycle. If we speak about a project, so we have to know it's a temporary end-over undertaking to create a unique product. So we can say we are working to achieve a product, service, or a result, a specific result. So we are working on that project in order to gain these outcomes. That is the project, and that will be the outcome. What's the meaning of temporary? While we are speaking about temporary, that means it has a start point and it has a finish date. So it's not a continuous program. So it has a start point and it has a destination or the achievement which you want to achieve on a specific date and time. While we would like to mention a unique, that means you do have a special products, you do have a special services, you have a special outcomes. It should be like product, services, any maybe marketing campaigns you would like to achieve if you are working in a company of marketing or a project or a building or a bridge. It's according to the project. So we would like that plan will help us to achieve our goals, and that plan should have lots of details. That details will help us and will be the guide to support us and help us to achieve our goals. So we had identified very well the project, and we had mentioned that it's a temporary program that will help us to produce a unique product. It should be not any product. We have a specific character for that product. We have special characters for that service or whatever to achieve. So we're gonna move now for one of the important topic. It's about the difference between projects and operation. What will be the difference between projects and operation? we do have lots of things to identify and to sort them. The first one is aspect. We will speak about the purpose, duration, outcomes, whatever, and we will see project, and also we will talk about the operation. In the purpose of any project is to achieve a specific objective or objectives at the end of this date or that project, and also we have to meet that outcomes. While in any operations, we have to know that it's ongoing business. So it will be a loop operation. It will not have end stop. So it will be ongoing a project. So we have main difference between them. This has start and end point, and here ongoing business. How about the other aspect? The other aspect, we have to know that the duration. Here, of course, it's finite. طبعا. It has a start and end date, but here it's ongoing, and we have to know it's continuous program sometimes, so it's not indefinite time. So how about the other aspect related about the outcome? So we have here a special service, a special product, a special outcome, a special result. So it's something unique, and it should be deliverable at the end of that project. While here, it should be like daily manufacturing operation, routine work, whatever. So it's a continuous program, and you are working with this program in order to raise the standards of work. Here, if we would like to make a change, how we can speak about it? While we are trying to make a change, we have to speak about that change, the criteria, if we would like to make a unique special product or a unique special outcomes. So it's different, and it's a special one. While here, if we are speaking about this, we have to maintain stability, we have to maintain efficiency. So it's about operations, about routine work, about other factors that will help us and support us very well. And here, the last aspect about teams. Here, of course, in the project, we have to know that it's a cross-functional. What's the meaning of cross-functions? That means it has lots of operation, lots of different operation and functions. So we call it cross-functions. And these things should be assembled, should be managed, should be operated according to the system of the company. While here, it's functional according to the department, specific department, like production department, marketing department, financial department, whatever. So it's operation, and it's a stable operation, and it takes time to make a change. While here, it's a cross function. It has lots of operation, financial, production, whatever. So it has lots of things and lots of tasks at the same time. So we know very well now the difference between project and an operation. And now we have to ask ourselves a very important question. Why PM is very important for us at the modern life? Why it's very important? Actually, it's very important to follow these things, and we know that we have a specific criteria for the project management. The first one is a strategic work. So it's about alignment, and you have to know that you have to be sure that we had prepared and supported all of the strategic resources that will guarantee us to have all of the operations on the right way. And also, we have lots of tasks, initiative, activities, and lots of factors that will help us and support us to achieve all of our goals. On the other hand, it has a clear scope. What's the meaning of clear scope? During our work, we have to know that we have to have that resources that will help us to achieve the goals on the right way. So we have to know all of the criteria related to that, and we have to reduce the costs of the operation and to maximize the benefits, whatever. So this is very important for that thing if we are talking about the project management. So project management is very important for us during our strategic work, and also to have a clear scope and to minimize the cost and to maximize the benefits. The third point about the risk control. You do have lots of risk. As we had mentioned, we do have a cross-functional work, and so you have lots of efforts. You have to analyze the efforts, and you have to cooperate the efforts. You have to support each other. So in order to achieve, of course, the goals. So in this work, we have lots of objectives, and we have lots of people to work together. So we must have all of the benefits of good communication and to support each other. Number 4, it's about a budget. Who will follow the budget? Who will schedule the activity? Who will make all of the benefits related to work? So it's about budget, about work, about how you will use these resources on the right way, about offers, who will choose the best offer, who will not lose the time. So it will be a plan and budget which is not easy to be followed and to be controlled. Number 5, it's about a quality. You have to work about a specific quality standards, like when we are working a building, a bridge, a project, we have to know that we do have a specific criteria. If we are not committed to that criteria, we will be unable to deliver that project, and we will have extra costs, and we will have a big problem at our project. Here, number 6, it's about a stakeholder. We have to know that our stakeholders, which are all of the parties related to the project, they have all to be engaged and have to be all committed to the project in order to have all of the communication, cooperation, all of the works, activities, tasks, coordination, meeting, whatever, in order to be working together, and finally to have the sufficient satisfaction about that project, which is very important to achieve at the end. And finally, number 7, it's about the organizational learning. It's about the work, and you are learning from the project, the X project, the last project. You are learning from each others, from your colleagues and other people, which will help you and support you in the future work and future project, in order to have the sufficient quality control, and also to maximize the benefits and to decrease the cost. Sometimes at some project, we have to rent some extra materials, some extra tools. It helps us to manage such things. So if we rent such materials, we have to rent them on the right time, not to have any loss, or to keep them on the garage, or not to be used them unless we use them on the right time. So you will have the right time for the usage of such tools. So you will have efficiency, you will have the cost benefit, whatever during that work. Now we have to speak about the life cycle. Life cycle is very important for us to have these things. What's the meaning of life cycle? It's important to have that terminology and to know that we have lots of stages and phases, and to use the right methodology for that project, which will help you to guarantee the future work and the smooth of operations, and also to have all of the operation on the right way and not to lose lots of any fees or extra fees due to any uncooperation or loss of logic work at that project. So you have to organize your time, activity, cooperate with other parties, and work together in order to achieve whatever gained, and also to have the work on the right time. While we are speaking about the 5 phases of the cycle of that, we have to know that we are working with a plan and execute and monitor, and at the end we have to close the work. We have to start with them about the initiating activity. After that, the planning tools and planning work. After that, execution of that work. And number 4, it will be about the monitoring and controlling. And number 5 will be closing cycle. Now, I will speak about the first phase, which about the initiating activity. You have to know that we do have key topics and key activities that will help you in order to achieve what you would like to gain during that work. So during our initiating, we have to know that we have to define very well our activity, the project. We have to know very well what will be the outcomes. We must have all of the feasibility studies and all of the right resources that will help us in order to have all of the initiating definition about that project, what we would like to know about it, what will be the expectations about that project, the place, all of the definition related about that project, which will help us to have all of the style and the character and the benefits we had planned for that project. So you will have all of these things, and you have to know very well that we must think about the deliverable activity, the character, the quality outcomes, all of the resources, requirements, the material, the financial resources, the human resources, which we call them the capital financial resources. So we do need financial resources and also human resources. We call it as a capital because this will be the right people who will help us to achieve that goal. So we do have financial resources, tangible resources, human resources. All of these things which will minimize the risk of the project, and also to guarantee that we do have all of the elements of the success that will help us to gain the work. If we had managed to gain of these things, so we can say that we had number 1. Phase number 1 had been accomplished. And after that, we will work about the planning, which is not easy to think about. How about the planning and how about that work and what we and where we have all of the resources about that? Actually, we have to think that we do have lots of things during that work. We have to put the long term and short term. We have to put the operation plans. We have to estimate the costs, the benefits, the efforts, all of these things in order to have all of the schedule that will help us to gain of the project benefits and to have that quality which we are seeking, and also to assign the communication, the security, the responsibility of that project. So we have all of the things during to that work. And also, as I told you, we have to put the WBS. The WBS will help us to have all of the security and responsibility for that project, to the support, the cooperation, the task, the communication channels, all of these things related to that work. If you did this, it will be accomplished. But if we accomplished, we have to gain that plan to be approved and to be reviewed, and all of the committed, the qualities, the file defense, whatever, in order to know very well all of these things related to that budget. So you use the budget on the right way, and all of the responsibility had been assigned, all of the authorized people had been approved, all of the tasks. So we can say that we had the phase number 2. If we continue further, now we are going to the execution. Executing, which is very important, we are working on that phase in order to gain the work and in order to achieve our work. If we are working on that phase, we have to know that during that work, we have to know that we will coordinate the activity, task, to guarantee the smooth of the operation, to have the direction, to support them with the resources, human resources, financial resources, all of the things that will have the operation on the right way to guarantee the quality, the materials, the right quality control, the approved materials. All of these things will help you to have all of the executing on the right way. So we deliver tasks, we deliver materials, we deliver work, we deliver human resources, all of these things on the right time. So we have a performance, and that performance, it's a specific performance, and we do have date for deliverable dates, and we have also all of the quality related to that standards we are committed to. And number 4, we have here reviewed all of the things related about the work and how we monitor that work is working the right way. We do have KPI indicators. We are following with all of the tracking materials, the programs that will guarantee that the supervisor directions, all of the things that you have used the material, the right material. You are not exceeding the cost. You are not having any wrong directions. You are working on the right way. You are using the right quality standards. You are having the minimizing risks at that work. You are not exceeding the time. So you are working on the work on the right standards. So you gained and achieved the performance. That performance should have specific reports in order to know very well that you are writing and you are having following the good ways to accomplish the project and you don't have any major modification that will reflect or that will delay the project and you don't have any obstacles that will help you that will not help you to gain the outcomes on the right way. So you had monitored the work and you had make all of the activities that will guarantee that work on the right way. You do have reports in order to follow costs, performance indicators. You you have made that will help you and support you. At the end, we do have reached now the final stage. During that final stage, you are making closing. You cannot make that closing unless you do have the final product or the services or whatever or the outcomes which has met the standards or the outcomes you had planned on the uh, first and second phase. So you have to know we do have to make a review and to make a review about what we had achieved. And if we had reviewed that, we have to know to compare the outcomes with the standards or the right written plan, so we can see very well if we gained our outcomes with the high standards or not. So during that final report and that closing or closure report, we have to know very well if we made some mistakes. We have to be aware of these mistakes in the future. And also if we have to make some correction in the project. Sometimes if you are making a road or project or a building, the civil defense cannot receive that building for that major problems or that material. Maybe it will increase some other materials on you to make these corrections or problems. So it's very important to have all of these cycle in your mind, starting with initiating, planning, executing, and monitoring. And after that, number 4, it will be about monitoring and controlling, and finally, closing the stage. So it's very important to put all of these stages and phases into your mind. Uh, if we are speaking about the 5 process group, we have to identify all of such things. And before we go to this, we have to think about the outcomes of a movie. We do have a movie which we will see now. We have to take a look about it. And after that, we will have some point to discuss. We will look at that project and come back again.
في كتير من مجالات الحياة، زي مثلا مشروع تطوير دواء لمرض معين، أو مشروع تطوير التعليم في مدرسة، أو مشروع زيادة إنتاج محصول إلى آخره. إدارة مشروع تعني قيادة فريق لتحقيق أهداف محددة وتلبية معايير النجاح المحددة من الوقت والتكلفة والجودة، مرورا ب5 مراحل بتمثل دورة حياة المشروع أو اللايف سايكل بتاعته، وهي البدء والإعداد، التخطيط، التنفيذ، المراقبة والتحكم، ثم الإغلاق. خلينا نشرح كل مرحلة بالتفصيل بمثال عملي مبسط لإدارة مشروع صغير. هنفترض إن والدك اشترى شقة جديدة مش مجهزة للسكن، وكلفك تكمل تشطيبها خلال الصيف بمواصفات معينة وتنقل الأسرة ليها قبل بدء الدراسة خلال 3 شهور ولا تتجاوز مبلغ معين. المرحلة الأولى البدء والإعداد. في المرحلة دي أنت كمدير مشروع لازم تعرف وبوضوح الهدف من المشروع، ليه المشروع ده هيتعمل، وإيه المطلوب إنجازه بالظبط، والصورة الشمولية للمشروع. وكمان مهم جدا تعرف الوقت المحدد للمشروع، تاريخ البداية وتاريخ النهاية، والميزانية المقررة للمشروع علشان تقارنها بالتكاليف، وكمان مستوى الجودة اللي هيتم تسليم بيها المشروع، سواء المشروع ده منتج أو خدمة. وده بيتم في اجتماع انطلاق المشروع أو الكيك أوف ميتنج لجميع الأطراف المعنية بالمشروع، وتوقيع وثيقة بدء المشروع. وانت دورك كمدير مشروع انك تاخد الوثيقة دي وتدرس الموضوع بتفاصيله وتقول لهم هرد عليكم في فترة كذا حسب حجم المشروع. طبعا في مثال الشقة بتاعتنا والدك هيجتمع بيك ويكلفك بتشطيب الشقة، وهي دي إشارة البدء، الهدف منه نقل الأسرة للشقة الجديدة. المرحلة الثانية تخطيط المشروع، ودي أهم مرحلة لنجاح أي مشروع. إهمالها أو عملها من غير إتقان بيكلف مال وبيهدر وقت وجهد كتير. في المرحلة دي بيتم عمل 9 خطوات الآتية. الخطوة الأولى جمع البيانات. اقرأ شوية عن موضوع المشروع وعن إنجاز مشروع مماثل، واسأل خبير في الموضوع، وضع هيكل للعمل. في المثال بتاعنا دور على الإنترنت واقرأ عن تشطيبات الشقق وتكاليفها، واسأل مهندس قريبك أو جارك عن مشروع زي ده وتكاليفه والمطلوب فيه إيه. الخطوة الثانية تحديد قائمة المهام المطلوب إنجازها وترتيب تنفيذها، يعني أنهي مهمة معتمدة على اللي قبلها. المهام المطلوبة في المثال بتاعنا أعمال الأرضيات، أعمال السباكة والصحي، أعمال الكهرباء، الدهانات، تركيب الغاز، تركيب خط التليفون وخدمة الإنترنت، وتنظيف الشقة ونقل الأثاث. الخطوة الثالثة تكوين فريق العمل اللي هيشتغل معاك. في المثال بتاعنا صديقك أو قريبك هيكون معاك عشان يساعدك، كمان محتاج فني للصحي وفني كهربائي وفني سيراميك وفني دهانات وشركة الغاز وشركة الاتصالات وشركة لنقل الأثاث. الخطوة الرابعة تقدير وقت لكل مهمة وتكلفة إنجازها، وده بيتم بمساعدة الفريق اللي انت كونته. في المثال بتاعنا أعمال الأرضيات هتاخد 7 أيام، أعمال السباكة والصحي هتاخد 5 أيام، تركيب الغاز يومين، أعمال الكهرباء 3 أيام، تركيب خط التليفون وخدمة الإنترنت يومين، الدهانات هتاخد 7 أيام، وتنظيف الشقة ونقل الأثاث هياخد يومين. الخطوة الخامسة تحديد قائمة الموارد المطلوبة وكيفية إدارتها، يعني محتاج إيه علشان تنجز المطلوب وتخطط للموارد دي، مين هيقوم بالمهمة وإمتى. في المثال بتاعنا محتاج أدوات صحية ومفاتيح للكهرباء، أسلاك ودهانات وأدوات تنظيف وتركيب. الخطوة السادسة عمل مخطط جانت أو جانت شارت. مخطط جانت هو مجرد أداة بتساعد على تتبع التطور الزمني للمشروع، فهو خريطة شرائط توضح الجدول الزمني للمشروع، وأيضا بتظهر علاقات الاعتمادية بين مهام المشروع المختلفة وحالة كل مهمة حسب الوقت المحدد للتنفيذ. في العمود الأول بتكتب المهام أو التاسك نيمز، في العمود الثاني بتكتب البلان ديوريشن أو وقت كل مهمة، وكمان تحدد تاريخ البداية وتاريخ النهاية، وبالتالي تلاقي الشرايط اللي مرسومة هنا دي هتترسم تلقائيا من نفسها حسب البيانات اللي انت سجلتها في الجدول ناحية الشمال. الخطوة السابعة تحديد المسار الحرج أو الكريتيكال باث. المسار الحرج هو سلسلة المهام المتتابعة الأطول وقت، والتي على أساسها يتم تحديد تاريخ انتهاء المشروع. في المثال بتاعنا المسار الأول هو أعمال الأرضيات وأعمال السباكة والصحي وتركيب الغاز والدهانات وتنظيف الشقة ونقل الأثاث. المسار ده هياخد 23 يوم. لو بصينا على المسار التاني الموازي ليه هنلاقي أعمال الأرضيات، أعمال الكهرباء، تركيب خط التليفون وخدمة الإنترنت، الدهانات، تنظيف الشقة ونقل الأساس. المسار ده هياخد 21 يوم. يبقى المسار الحرج بتاعي هو المسار الأول اللي هياخد 23 يوم، وده معناه إن مستحيل المشروع يخلص قبل 23 يوم. فإذا كنت عاوز المشروع ينتهي في الوقت المحدد اهتم جدا بالمهام اللي على المسار الحرج. الخطوة الثامنة تحديد طرق التواصل بفاعلية وسهولة بين أعضاء فريق العمل وكل الأطراف الأخرى. كمان تحديد دور ومسؤولية كل واحد منهم بوضوح. في المثال بتاعنا طريقة التواصل هتبقى مكالمات التليفون طول اليوم أو رسائل مكتوبة على الواتساب في أي وقت. صديقك اللي هيساعدك في المشروع هيكون مسؤول مثلا عن متابعة تركيب الغاز والتليفون. الخطوة التاسعة وهي آخر خطوة هي تحديد المخاطر المحتملة وكيفية التعامل معها واحتمالية حدوثها وخطورتها. في المثال بتاعنا ممكن يحصل ظرف قهري طارئ لفني الكهربائي أو فني الصحي وتتأخر المهمة اللي بينفذها، وممكن يحصل ده باحتمالية 50%، فلازم يكون عندي خطة بديلة لو حصل ده لا قدر الله. اعمل كل الخطوات دي قبل الالتزام بتنفيذ المشروع، لأنك مجرد ما قلت موافق أو نعم فأنت مسؤول أمام الجميع بإنجاز المشروع بإذن الله. كن حازم جدا مع نفسك ومع الآخرين، ولو لقيت أي عامل من العوامل غير منطقي أو غير كافي زي الوقت ضيق أو الميزانية قليلة ما تقبلش المشروع. اجتمع مع الأطراف المعنية تاني واطلب زيادة في الميزانية أو زيادة في الوقت أو ارفض تنفيذ المشروع. أنت مش ساحر، أنت مدير مشروع. علشان تسلم مشروع بجودة وإتقان لوحة الموناليزا لازم تاخد وقتك وميزانية كفاية، وإلا هتسلم مشروع بالمستوى ده. التخطيط الدقيق الشمولي بيخليك أقوى وقادر على إنجاز المشروع وتحقيق المطلوب منك بالضبط. المرحلة الثالثة هي مرحلة التنفيذ. بيتم في المرحلة دي تنفيذ مهام المشروع حسب الخطة الموضوعة ومتابعة سير العمل يوميا، وعمل اجتماع دوري مع الفريق لمعرفة مدى الإنجاز وحل أي مشكلة أو عائق أولا بأول. من المهم جدا في المرحلة دي تسجيل ملاحظاتك على كل صغيرة وكبيرة بتتعمل، لأن ده هيكون المرجع بتاعك لما تيجي تشتغل مشروع تاني. في المثال بتاعنا هتعمل ملف لمتابعة المشروع أو دفتر ملاحظات. فني السباكة مثلا ملتزم بمواعيده وعمله منتظم ومجتهد. فني الكهرباء ماهر في عمله بيتبع إجراءات السلامة، ولكن حدث خطأ في تركيب مفتاح كهرباء اليوم، وهكذا. في المرحلة الرابعة المراقبة والتحكم، والمرحلة دي مرتبطة جدا بمرحلة التنفيذ. تقدر تقول إنها مرحلة تبادلية مع مرحلة التنفيذ. دي بيتم فيها مراقبة التكلفة الفعلية مقابل الميزانية المعتمدة للمشروع، وأيضا مراقبة معدل إنجاز المهام مقابل الجدول الزمني. ولو في أي خلل زي زيادة في الإنفاق أو تأخير في الإنجاز تاخد بسرعة إجراء تصحيحي في التنفيذ حسب الخطة الموضوعة. في المثال بتاعنا مهمة تركيب سيراميك الأرضيات متأخرة، فهتتكلم مع فني السيراميك عشان يزود عامل أو 2 معاه عشان يلحق يخلص في الوقت المحدد. المرحلة الخامسة والأخيرة تسليم المطلوب من المشروع وكل التقارير الفعلية ومستندات المشروع وسداد كل الالتزامات المالية للمشروع. والأهم بالنسبة ليك كمدير مشروع هو الدروس المستفادة اللي اتعلمتها من إدارة المشروع ده، سواء كانت حاجة كويسة أو درس قاسي أو سيء، أكيد هتتعلم منه حاجة. في المثال بتاعنا هتسلم المفتاح الشقة وكل فواتير المصروفات لوالدك. عوامل نجاح أي مشروع هي اختيار فريق عمل محترف والتعامل معاه باحترام، وتكون واحد منهم متعاون معاهم مش متأمر عليهم. التخطيط الشمولي الدقيق للمشروع ده عامل مهم جدا. المتابعة المستمرة لكل خطوة من حيث التكلفة والوقت وجودة التنفيذ. التواصل الدائم الواضح مع كل الأطراف. وأخيرا مدير المشروع لازم يكون قائد حقيقي من الطراز الأول، يعرف يعمل كل اللي قلناه ده بمهارة ومرونة كافية. في شهادات معتمدة كتير في إدارة المشروعات، أشهرها PMP أو Project Management Professional، ودي بتمنحها PMI.
نرجع تاني نكمل موضوعنا. We continue our work. We had explained here طبعا project where we start with an powerful simple example. Now we have to think about that project. That project should be have lots of activity, as I had mentioned. We do have 5 process. That process will help us to gain the outcomes, to achieve goals, to get what we would like to have at the end of that project, which is very good to follow and to gain all of these activities. So we have these things. The logic of this should have systematic work and had lots of activity. That activities will help us to, in order to gain the work and to have all of the activities on a system. If you have that system, you will guarantee that you had gained the work on the right time. If we start with the initiating process, we have to know that we are preparing, we have to defining the high level of work, the high level standards of communication, all of the activities that will help us to have this activity on the right system. So you are building the system and you are managing that system on the right way. So if we manage that system, we have to identify very well. We have to identify very well that we have to develop a project. We have to identify the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? The benefits, the internal people, outside people who will work with us, and this طبعا identification for stakeholder will help us, because some of them will receive and we have to deliver the project for them. So we have to know the standards of these people and to identify very well the initial activities and the scope of work. For example, here you imagine that you are a university and you are having a new product of a mobile application, and that mobile application for the students. So, which product, the benefits, who will use this? If you are having activity of a new IT program or IT project program, you have to think about it. Why we do need that program? What will be the benefits and the outcomes of that program? So you have to know very well the outcomes and the criteria of that program, and who will receive, and the expectation of the people who will use that program, or the stakeholders, as we had mentioned. During our planning, we have to think about the planning and the purpose of the planning. What will be that plan, the short term. In general, of course, we are talking now about the WBS, the structure, the security, the responsibility, all the activities related to that. As I had mentioned here, the student mobile application, and also you have to put very well the schedule time, the resources for that plan. And if we talk about the executing group, who will manage that execution, the time, the communication, the deliverable time, the resources, the materials, the cost, the budget, all of these things will help us as we are summarizing what we had mentioned today. And number 4, of course, you have to put the strong system that will help you to monitor very well the controlling system, the reporting system, and all of the things that will let you notice very well any corrections, any performance indicators work, any changes that have been requested in order to achieve all of your goals. And finally, and that will be the final for today, we have to think about the closing process. Who will receive the committee that will be responsible about that, what will be standards, the report that will help us and help them in order to have all of the activity acceptance for from the authorized persons, or from maybe the government, whatever. So you will have the project, and you will be sure that you had received the outcomes which you had put on the plan. That was the end for today, and I hope you got all what we had mentioned today, and I hope to meet you in the next session, inshallah. Sending you all of my regards, Dr. Mohamed Abdelaziz. Wish you all the best and meet you in the next session, inshallah. Wish you all the best and see you for the next session, and goodbye.